Hello and welcome to the in-depth series section of Drishti IAS. I am Aisha Singh, and in today's video we will be discussing about India's deep ocean mission named Samudrayan. So in particular we will be discussing about the mission Samudrayan. So first of all, about its timeline. First about the news, then what is deep ocean mission, what is Samudrayan mission, what is the significance of it, and in the end prelims MCQ. Topic is of relevance from General Studies paper 3, that is Science and Tech. From exam perspective, important from both prelims and mains, knowing about the deep ocean mission and the Samudrayan mission. So the news talks about inside India's deep ocean mission, a challenge harder than going to space. So the deep ocean mission, it means going very deep into the ocean, and it is considered even difficult than going into the space. So the deep ocean mission is considered to be India's ambitious quest to explore and harness the depth of the ocean. It means going into the ocean, going very deep into the ocean and trying to figure out that what is inside the ocean to explore. Then the journey will be of depth 6,000 meters. So the journey in the deep ocean mission is about going 6,000 meters deep into the ocean, and it will be using an indigenously developed submersible with a 3-member crew. So it will be using a indigenously developed. Indigenously developed means developed inside India, that is within India, and it will be a submersible and it will have 3-member crew. 3-member crew will be there. It means it will be a manned mission, and the aim is to transport tons of valuable minerals. So whatever is lying deep inside the ocean, the aim is to take out those minerals and see that what those minerals will be used for and whether those minerals can be helpful for the human life or not. And the New India 2030 document outlines a blue economy as the 6th core objective for India's growth, and blue economy is related to the economy of water, that is oceans. So it will also be helpful in achieving the New India 2030 document, that whatever the aim is about achieving the blue economy targets, this will also help in achieving that. And the year 2021 and the 2030, United Nations has designated it as the decade of ocean science. Now this is an important point from both prelims and mains perspective, that the year 2021 to 2030 the United Nations has designated as the decade of ocean science. Now about the deep ocean mission. Deep means going very deep inside the ocean, that is up to the depth of 6,000 meters. So it is one of the 9 missions under the Prime Minister's Science, Technology and Innovation Advisory Council. So the Prime Minister Science, Technology and Innovation Advisory Council has in total 9 missions under it, and one of the missions among them is the Deep Ocean Mission. And the Deep Ocean Mission supports the blue economy priority area, blue trade, blue manufacturing in India. So everything related to the water economy, or you can say, which is in technical terms called the blue economy, something related to the oceans, its trade, manufacturing in India. So it will be in short contributing towards achieving the goal of the blue economy. And the cost of the mission has been estimated at rupees 4,077 crores, and the time period is over a 5-year period. So the time period given for it is 5 years, and it is approved in June 2021 by the Ministry of Earth Science. So knowing about the ministry becomes important because it comes under the Ministry of Earth Science. And in the Deep Ocean Mission, what will be the main module or the main prospect is the polymetallic nodule, and it will be done what will be done under it is the deep sea mining through underwater vehicles and underwater robotics. So deep sea mining will be done, and the use of polymetallic modules will also be done. So under the deep sea mining, it means going very deep into the sea and then exploring and harnessing what is present there, and asserting exclusive rights to explore polymetallic nodules from seabed over 75,000 square kilometer of areas in international water. So the exploration of the polymetallic modules will also be done. Then the estimated polymetallic module resource potential is around 380 million tons. So, and when we talk about the word polymetallic nodules, polymetallic, poly means many parts are present. So polymetallic nodules contain within them manganese, nickel, copper and cobalt, and majority of the component is covered by manganese. Around 92.6% is covered by manganese, then nickel 4.7, copper 4.3 and cobalt 1. So polymetallic nodule within it contains manganese, nickel, copper and cobalt. Knowing about the component is important, and especially you should remember about manganese, that it covers the maximum under the polymetallic nodules. Now about India's deep ocean mission, that is the Samudrayan mission. Samudrayan, the name for the mission, it in itself talks about what it is about, that going deep inside the ocean. So the aim for the Samudrayan mission is sending 3 personnel, that is 3 crew member, that is it will be a manned mission, sending 3 personnel to 6,000 meter depth in a vehicle called Matsya 6000, that is Matsya 6000. So the vehicle in which the crew member or 3 personnel will be going is named as the Matsya 6000. So very important point, you need to remember the name. For the exploration of deep sea resources like mineral, and to see that what kind of minerals are present at such depth, and what these minerals are composed of, and whether these minerals will be useful, and in what way these minerals will be useful. Then Matsya 6000 vehicle is being designed and developed by National Institute of Ocean Technology, and National Institute of Ocean Technology also comes under the Ministry of Earth Science, and this will be India's first unique manned ocean mission. Like the first space mission, first manned space mission would be Gaganyaan, and the first ocean, that is deep ocean mission, manned deep ocean mission would be Samudrayan. Name of the vehicle you need to remember. And Samudrayan will have an endurance of 12 hours under normal operation and 96 hours in case of any kind of emergency. So normal situation 12 and emergency 96 hours. And the underwater mining system is named as Varaha. Like the vehicle through which 3 personnel will be going would be named Matsya 6000. In the same manner, the underwater mining system is named as Varaha. These names become important because many a times it can be asked in the match the following pairs, or which among the pairs are given correctly. So it will be like Matsya 6000 is the vehicle in which personnel will be going, while the underwater mining system is named Varaha. So these kind of questions can be asked. Then what is considered to be its significance and why are they considered to be important? Then it has been said that they will allow scientific personnel to observe and understand unexplored deep sea areas. Unexplored, which is very difficult to explore. So when someone would be going deep inside the ocean, many new things would be absorbed there and many new observations can be made, and those observations will be very helpful for the study of further science about the ocean and the biodiversity that is present in the ocean, the minerals that are present in the deep ocean. So it will be very helpful in that manner. It also highlights a lot about the blue economy, not only for India but on the global stage also, because when unexplored areas will be explored, then new dimensions will be able to open. Then focus remains on developing these technologies indigenously. And this will, developing these technology indigenously means developing it in India. It means it will be putting a focus on the Atmanirbhar Bharat, that is make in Bharat, that is make in India, and it will be aligned with the vision of Atmanirbhar Bharat. Exploration and conservation of deep sea biodiversity, and through this the unexplored nature or the unexplored biodiversity which is present inside the deep ocean will also be explored, and the unexplored regions of this biodiversity will also have a chance to be explored. And that is how the unexplored nature of the biodiversity will also be explored by the scientists. And if the first attempt of going to the 6,000 meter depth in the ocean will be successful, after that only even more deeper mission can be thought of, because first of all this mission needs to be successful. Now other related initiatives can be, first of all, India-Norway Task Force on Blue Economy for Sustainable Development. So this is between India and Norway about blue economy. It means exploring more and more areas of the oceans and then towards the sustainable development. Then second is the Sagarmala project. So Sagarmala project is basically related to water and ports. So this will also help in the development of ports, and that will also take care of the health of the water bodies around it. It is a strategic initiative for port-led development through the extensive use of IT-enabled services. Then comes O-Smart. O-Smart aims at regulated use of oceans, marine resources for sustainable development. Because if the scrutiny will not be done over how the things are used in the water bodies, then the exploitation of water bodies can also take place. Then integrated coastal zone management. It focuses on conservation of coastal and marine resources, because if the coastal and marine resources will not be conserved nicely and will not be conserved efficiently, then what will happen is that it might lead to problems in the coming times. Now in the end, a prelims MCQ, and people need to give me the answer in the comment section, and it talks about which among the following are blue economy initiatives. Sagarmala project, O-Smart, National Fisheries Policy, Integrated Coastal Zone Management, and the codes given are 1 and 4 only, 2, 3 and 4, 1, 2 and 3, or all of the above. So give me the answer in the comment section, and that's all for today. Thank you so much for watching. Till we meet next time, keep reading and keep writing.